I gotta go hands-on with the brand new Samsung Galaxy Fold 7, and my goodness, you're going to want to watch this video and hear my opinions on this one. This is a juicy one, probably the most interesting phone I've seen in a very long time. I also have one potential deal breaker for some of you, plus we're also going to be taking a look at the Flip 7, which is also remarkable here, and we'll hover over the new Galaxy Watch 8, especially the Classic. I think this might just be my favorite smartwatch right now. But without further ado, join me on this journey and let's go hands-on and check out these devices. Hi, can I get a small steep tea regular? We got nice purple fancy cups. Very nice. Man, Toronto, man, parking is like insane. Also, make sure you watch this video till the very end because there might be one big glaring concern that some people might find pause before deciding whether to purchase this phone or not. So make sure you guys watch till the end. You'll find it out. You'll find out. And let me know if that actually makes a difference to you. Okay, so we have the brand new Fold 7 right now. I'm telling you right now, holding this in my hand, super impressed. So basically right now what they've done is they've handled the biggest complaints, okay? So holding this in my hand, already you have the nice and big front screen, which was probably like the biggest issue with this phone in the past, where the front screen was like much more narrower and it was kind of like annoying to use, like typing on it was hard, and you didn't want to use it as much. So you would always end up having to open the screen up. But now with the wider, like this is almost like S25 Ultra levels, which makes using this phone so much better. And I'll show you a comparison between the S25 Ultra in just like a second. But if you've seen my Fold 6 day in the life review and stuff like that, you know this was my #1 complaint constantly about the actual phone. So I'm so glad that they fixed that. But also they've taken it a step above. My goodness, the thinness of this phone and the way it feels in your hand, it's just something else right now. It's pretty much as thick as the S25 Ultra, making this literally a no compromise device. So if you wanted like a candy bar phone pretty much for a majority of your usage, you can have that. But when you do need it, you can open it and you have this nice big huge screen, right? Bro, like this is super thin. Like I can't wait like for you to also hold it. But this is insane. Look at this thing. It's too thin for the camera to focus. And like it's funny because like the camera module is literally just as big as the actual thickness of the phone. The camera on this thing is also improved now. You have 200 megapixels on the back here. That pretty much brings it up to flagship levels, and you kind of now caught up. You know what? Let's talk and let's actually show what the camera looks like. So like you can see now the camera is like, it's really nice, man. We have the 1x lens, which is your main 200 megapixel lens, the exact same one as the S25 Ultra. Then you have your ultra wide lens, which is a 12 megapixel lens. And then you have your 2x lens. And then we get into your digital zoom over here. So we go 10x, we go, and then we get into 30. You got a mole on your nose, eh? Yeah, look at that beauty shot. Now, if you're wondering in terms of video quality, big question a lot of us have here is, does this have log? And we're gonna find that out right now. More pro video. Yes, we do have log. Boom, there we go. Oh, can you shoot 8K log? Oh, damn. So 8K, 24 frames per second log. This is what this video looks like. I'm gonna try to send it to myself, but pretty nice. Now, one of the things that Samsung's notorious for with their S25 Ultra, which I didn't like, was you couldn't shoot log on the selfie camera. Let's see if that's fixed. Oh, they fixed it. Oh, so you can actually now finally shoot log on the selfie camera. And then we're gonna go Ultra HD, 24 frames per second, boom. Look at that, we're in log. So the front-facing camera is also improved. So before what they had was they had a 4 megapixel front-facing lens, selfie camera lens, and it was like hidden. So it had like kind of like the screen on top. Now it's no longer hidden. There's a dot there, but the benefit we do get is now it's 12 megapixel. So it's definitely much better, and now you can shoot log, so. Okay, so this is the front-facing camera, and then we have this one as well. As you can see now, it's no longer hidden, but you can also shoot log front-facing, and you can also like swipe through all our photos here. Doing a quick fit check. What's up? It's pretty handy for that stuff. So typing on this and everything is actually really nice because this inside screen is also technically bigger. You have a much bigger space to kind of type on. So let's go ahead and like jump into the best channel on the internet. So here's an example of how good the audio is, okay? Ready? Not bad. The audio is pretty clear, but it does sound a little bit tinnier. I think that's because of how thin the phone is and the speakers. So you don't get that rich full sound as much, but pretty good. And then if you go, oh, look at that nice big screen. Okay, now one of the things that I wanted to also test out is the actual typing experience on the front screen. Now, because this phone is actually thinner and we'll compare it to the S25 right now, the typing on this is supposed to be much better. Yeah, it is definitely much better. Okay, let's quickly talk about the colors now. So I have all three colors here with me. This year we have three main colors here. We have blue shadow, and on first look, I think like the hero color might be the way to go because this thing looks really clean. If you are somebody who is looking to get the flagship color of that year, or you like that matte blue look, this thing is like an excellent option. This is the color you should get. Now, the other color is silver shadow. Now, this one is probably my least favorite color. Not saying it's bad by any means, but it's just kind of like regular, usual. We've seen this several times before. If you like silvers, you're gonna love this. Again, I love the matte finish on this, really nice. And the last color is this black. I think it's called jet black. Funnily enough, initially I thought the blue shadow would be my favorite color, but the more I use this jet black, I don't know, something about just having a thin, slim, matte black phone. Breaking news, this is editor Tausif. Now there's also a fourth option, which is an online exclusive only. Now the video you're watching right now is my hands-on in Toronto, but I'm currently in New York City with the actual Samsung Unpacked event, and I got to go hands-on with the mint green, and this is what it looks like. Here are some beauty shots of all of the phones all together, all the different colors, and this is the mint green. Look, the mint green does look nice, but I think it is a little too desaturated mint. I wish this was a little more saturated, a little more stark like the blue, which would have probably made it a little bit better in my opinion, but yeah, mint green is there, and it is an online exclusive. Again, all of these will be linked in the description down below. Okay, so here's the S25 Ultra. Thank you to my trusty filmmaker here who brought this in for us just so we can compare them. So you can tell it is slightly thinner, almost the same size. I will say the bezels on this slightly more noticeable compared to the S25 Ultra. So we have the Snapdragon 8 Elite here still, 3nm chip now, super fast, super snappy. Now, one concern I did have was in terms of the battery life. It does have the 4400 milliamp battery, but make sure you guys tune in, sub to the channel, because I'll be doing a proper review and we'll look at how it compares to last year and everything like that, and how the battery optimization is, and if I can get a full day out of it properly. But other than that, yeah, there's like no hiccups. App changing is super snappy. Look at that. All in all, I'm super impressed. Another thing I want to quickly say is like the phone is actually really light, which makes using this so much better. Like, look at this. Like, I could just, no stress. I'm not even looking at it. Look at that. This is giving you anxiety. Okay, real talk, this is a $2,000 phone, and the thought of just dropping this scares me a bit. And that's why I'm showing you guys the sponsor of today's video, SUPCASE. Look, everyone's making thin and sleek cases, but sometimes you just want to protect your investment. The UB Pro does just that in 3 different ways. It's not just a case, it's also got a built-in screen protector, and here's the kicker, it's got a kickstand. I love this implementation because this is super handy. You can put down your fold and use it to watch content, browse, video call, or even just use it as a mini workstation. Not to mention, you can also use this as a pop socket of sorts to give you that extra grip when you're using the phone unfolded. Now, if you did want MagSafe compatibility, there's also the UB Grip with built-in magnets. It's also got the same military-grade protection and also has a kickstand. Look, I'm not saying that you should drop your Fold 7, but if you do, at least make sure it's wearing armor, because your $2,000 pocket computer deserves better than thoughts and prayers. If you're interested in grabbing one, link is in the description down below. but look, the phone is as light as the S25 Ultra. But in conclusion, I think this is probably now at a point where I'm comfortable to ditch any of my other candy bar shaped phones and to actually jump into a foldable device. This is like almost like a no compromise device now. I'm really happy with this. I think Samsung has finally nailed every point, and it's gonna be tough to come up with any cons on this. Even like the hinge, like look at the closure of the hinge. They've got it perfect now. It's completely flat. If somebody was to just see me holding this phone or like pull it out of my pocket and use it, they wouldn't know that this is a foldable device. They would think it's a regular device. And then they see me do this and they're like, oh damn, that guy's cool. So I can't really talk much about the Flip 7, but I really wanted to show you guys this. So this is something called the infinity display now. But look how the screen envelops the camera lenses and everything just wraps all around. This looks really cool. And then of course you have video, you can switch between all sorts of things. And as usual, you have all your widgets and everything like that. Really cool. I love how they have the entire display now. I can't actually show you guys how the phone looks on the inside while it's open, but here's a quick look at some of the colors that we have here. A very similar situation to the Fold 7 here. You have the jet black, you have a coral red though here, which is only with the Flip 7, and you have the shadow blue, which again is my personal favorite here. And of course you have the online exclusive mint green, on which my thoughts remain. I think it's time to make my I'm switching video, because I actually switched to the Fold 7. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I then threw away my crappy watch to test out the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. This is a really neat watch because it's like silicone on the inside, but it's like leather on the outside. So you get the comfort of silicone, but like the feeling of leather. This is my favorite part about these watches. I can like rotate the dial. The different modes of entry here, you have touch, you have the dial, and you have the actual buttons. Pretty good. What are we thinking? Pretty good upgrade, right? Compared to what I was wearing before. All in all, time was now up and we had an absolute blast with the Fold 7s. I think it's my all-time favorite phone right now. Okay, so now that we've grabbed our food and I have some post-hunger clarity, let's give some closing remarks and thoughts on this whole thing. Firstly, let's start with the Flip. The Flip 7, love the infinity display. I think, and it's also a little bit wider. I think the design is a little bit different. I think the phone is much more usable this year than it has ever been in the past. Love the form factor. The infinity screen is fantastic. And I think if you are into that sort of shape and you just want you know, something that folds up nice and small, I think that is a fantastic option. But now on to the big one, the Fold 7. I'm not kidding when I tell you that I'm genuinely considering switching over to the Fold 7. Absolutely love it. Like my two biggest gripes with this phone before were the camera and the actual front screen, like when it's closed and how, like, you know, how it felt like it was just way too narrow. Much better now. And also like the camera is so much better now, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. So I think those were the two main issues that I had. Both are addressed. Now one big thing might be an issue for a lot of people is there's no S Pen support on the Fold 7, which is actually a big drawback. I think I would definitely miss it, but is it a deal breaker for me? Probably not. Other than that, everything, they've knocked it out of the park. Color wise, I think I'm going with the matte black mostly. Actually, I don't know. The matte blue is really nice. I might just go with the matte blue. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you guys going to pick up the Fold 7? Are the differences big enough for you guys to actually warrant a switch? And also, if you found this video entertaining, beneficial, helpful, whatever, you want to support the channel, check out the link in the description down below. Pick up the phone for yourself, give it a go. I think you're going to really like this one. I think this is the closest we've ever been to having a proper full foldable device that can actually function as a regular phone as well. And yeah, I think you're going to love this one. And in case, if you like this video, you're going to love one of these two videos here, and subscribe for the full video on this phone. And I'll see you guys in one of these two videos. Until then, take care. Peace.